And this is the first time you're actually seeing the full effect of the hair dye. I absolutely love it, so I'm very happy with it, and I probably will stick with it for a bit. It's starting to fade a bit into like hot pinkish down at the ends of my hair, but like this part is exactly the red that I was going for, so it'll probably end up eventually to hot pink, but I've done pink before, so I'm not scared of it. But anyways, reading. My first attempt at a reading vlog did not go very well. Because until yesterday, Friday, I'm filming this Saturday night, that was the first time I read besides like a few things like Monday night. Just wasn't in the mood. So, yeah. Maybe what I'll do is, instead of being like at the beginning of the day, be like, this is what I did, is just update throughout the week when I did read. I think I might do that in the future. Not sure yet. But I do have some stuff to talk about reading. I did go to the library and have bought quite a few books. So we're going to still talk about all that kind of stuff. So what I did finish, I actually did finish some stuff. And most of that is, I finished 3 Grimm fairy tales. Me reading this every single night has not been happening before I go to bed. But I did it one night, read 3 back to back. And they were rereads. I did read those first three stories before, and that's where I did stop in reading this. Back in the day, I think way back in my life, I did read all of them. It's just now, I'm getting to the point now where I'm forgetting. So the first 3 I read were The Frog King, Cat and Mouse in Partnership, and Our Lady's Child. And they're all pretty okay. I think with fairy tales and stuff like that, I find that a lot of times with fairy tales, especially like classic ones, that when they're like super short like these ones are, that either they're complete hits or complete misses, and these ones were kind of like right in the middle of being good. So I'm hoping to finish at least a few more. Maybe not do one a night, but just try for a few of them every month, you know, until I can keep reading them. So I actually been reading this today. I was in a reading mood. I called it for a little bit earlier this afternoon on Saturday, which I was wanting to film, like I said, and I got done probably about 6 o'clock coloring after supper, so I got like 7 o'clock maybe. I was like, I'm in the mood to read, so I picked up Dorothy Must Die, which is the book that I was reading last time, or starting last time, and I am enjoying it. When I first started this book, the first 100 pages, I loved it, and now it's starting to creep back into like the young adult fantasy tropes, which I don't have any problem with this book using the tropes, because this book came out in, I think, 2014. Yeah, 2014. So a lot of the retelling storylines or the retelling tropes that this book is using, all the other books pretty much got that from this anyway, because this is one of the very first books for retellings that really went somewhere. And I am enjoying it. Like I said, I'm enjoying the story part. I'm trying to separate the tropes from the story, which I usually try to do, because every single book in the history of literary fiction, whatever like that, and fiction and everything like that has tropes to them. You know, I love my Harlequin books, and those basically have the same tropes in them. You can line up 100 different Harlequins of the same genre, and each one is going to have 2 or 3 of the same tropes built into it somewhere. But other than that, I'm enjoying it. I'm to the point now where Amy has learned her magic, and she's off to go fight or off to go stop the lion from attacking villages now, and then the lion's getting close to like where their hideout is, the wicked hideout is. So I'm enjoying it. Excuse me. I'm enjoying it, but I am noticing kind of like the first 100 pages for me were like a 5-star, and now kind of dipped down to maybe like a 4. I am almost done with it. This is what I have left to read. I'm on page 26, and there are 452 books. So, 452 pages. So I'm just about at the halfway point, or I'm at the halfway point now, so I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping that picks up. I'm actually hoping that I can finish this up because it does go pretty fast, so that's good. So I'm hoping that I can finish this up maybe by Sunday night or early Monday night. That way I can move on with the series. So that's all that I have made process in reading. I have more books that I am reading. As you see, I have the Sherlock Holmes, Aragon back there. I have over on my shelf there the Black Dagger book. I haven't made any process in them, so I'm not going to keep just holding them up and everything like that. So let's talk about library books. So after the hurricane went through, I went back to the library because I wanted to return some stuff, and I figured if they're open, I'll go in, and they were open. So I got some more books. So as you've probably seen earlier, I just remember I did a clip, I think if I include it or not. I did show you library books as well. But I was lucky enough and found the rest of the Dorothy Must Die quadrology, quartet. It was turned into a 4-book series of a trilogy. So you have Wicked Will Rise, which the books progressively get thinner and thinner, so that means that I can fly through them. You have Wicked Will Rise, which is book 2, Yellow Brick War, which is book 3, which is supposed to be the final one, and then The End of Oz came out, which is the 4th book. And I believe, yeah, it's the last one. So this is the last one in the series. The only one I have not read or don't have from the library would be the novella collections, which has the Dorothy Must Die stories, volume 1, 2, and 3. And to be honest, I want to get more invested into the series. I'm not gonna pick up all the novellas to them. I'm not really a big novella person when it comes to like add it into stories. I'd rather have the backstory put into the novels, because if you look at it, 9 novellas, look at the lengths of each book. All 9 of those stories could have been added into the main chunk of story, if you know what I mean. You know, so I want all my story in the book. I don't want to have to like do other stuff. You know what I mean? So like the only series I read like the novellas in is the Shadowhunter series by Sandra Clare, and even them I don't really like that much. I just read them because I am so invested in the series now that I feel like I need to know everything in the series, so I do it. So unless I get fully invested, I'm not gonna read them. The other book that I picked up because it sounded really interesting is the Revolution of Gabriel Adam. This is a book about 17-year-old Gabriel Adam, who's just moving around a lot because his family keeps getting chased down by assassins, and after his house is burned down, his father reveals to him that he is one of the 4 archangels meant to stop the apocalypse. So it sounds really, really good. I think this is like a 3-book series. I am not 100% certain. I've seen 3 books there at the library, so I figured I'll give it a try and pick it up and see. I figured I'll probably pick this one up after I finish the Dorothy Must Die series. I don't want to do too many series at once, too much, because I have like the Dorothy Must Die series going, I have the Black Dagger series going, I have the Aragon series going. Technically, I have the Shadowhunter series to go, because I need to go back to the Lady Midnight because I hated that book, but now the 2nd and 3rd book are out, so I need to go back and reread it to refresh my memory so I can go on, finish that one up. I have a lot of series going on, and I want to finish some series before I actually start more. So I still have 3 books out from the last time I went to the library, which is Transmission, Love and Luck, and Aurora Rising. So that is my library books. So that was my library books. So I had to take a break to get a drink. And now I'm going to go on to the books I bought from the library. So I bought some books from the library I paid $2 for, which you also probably seen that clip before as well. I'm just remembering that now. And I got some books from thriftbooks.com, which thriftbooks.com, you don't know. I think it's in the UK as well. I think it's in the US and Canada. I'm not sure if it's just US or not. I think it's US and UK. But it's a used book site where you can get books pretty cheap. The lowest they usually go is $3.99, and you get free shipping on $10 purchases. So basically, 3 books, free shipping. So, library. I seen this book and got very excited because I have checked this book out from the library so many times I lost count and never read it, never got around to it. It's something I'm very interested in, but for some reason I just never gravitated toward it after I got it, and that is The Diviners by Libba Bray. So now that I have it, I'm excited. I think this is about ghost hunting in New York City in the 1920s. I think it's just the size of the book that's got to me when I got it from the library. So now I think I have from in my own collection. I can give it a try and see. And now that I have, it's a really nice, barely, someone didn't even read this book, I don't think, unless they held it up very closely and very carefully. It's a brand new book, so very happy about that. And then they had a bundle of books, romance books, and they had this one, this all together, of the same author, and it turns out they're all part of a series. So now I'm only missing the last 2 books in the series, and that is the Riley Jensen Guardian novels by Carrie Arthur. This is Full Moon Rising, and this is Riley Jensen is a vampire werewolf hybrid, and they sounded really, really good. So, and they were on sale for $1.75, and the lady gave them to me for $1. So the first book is Full Moon Rising. Second book is Kissing Sun, or Kissing Sin. Book 3 is Tempting Evil. Book 4 is Dangerous Games. Book 5, Embraced by Darkness. Book 7, The Darkest Kiss. And the 7th book is Deadly Desire. And then just I have the other ones. No. But I know that I had them on Goodreads, I found them, so I'll probably just order them off of Thrift Books next time. So that's it from the library. So now the Thrift Books portion. The first book is The Trouble with Goats and Sheep by Joanna Cannon. I was asked if I could read this book and give my opinions on it, and I could never find it at the library, and then I looked it up finally, it was not in their system. So I figured I'd pick it up. I finally found a good copy, a cheap copy, and this was $3.99 on Thrift Books. So the only thing annoying about Thrift Books is they have the sticker there. Sometimes it's hard to get the stickers off. But this is, I believe, a mystery novel set in England in 1976. So I'm really excited about it. It sounded really, really good when it was suggested to me and asked if I could read it and give my opinion to the person. So now that I have it, I can go and read it. I'm hoping to get to it after going through some library books, and at least start it by the end of the month, and work through it. Because it doesn't seem like it's going to take me very long. It's about 350 some pages. Let's see. Yeah, 353 pages. So it's not very long. And I find that sometimes when I read mystery-esque novels, if it's really intriguing, I just fly through it. So I have this book now, and my mom also supposed to read that one. So after I'm done, I will give it to her. And then I'm so happy to say I finally own this book, which is Half Bad by Sally Green. If you listened to me once, like my hair actually matches this, I didn't even plan it. If I could recommend you one series for the rest of my life to read, would be the Half Bad trilogy, which is Half Bad, Half Lost, and Half Wild. It is the best series I have ever read. Nothing has topped the emotional impact of book 3. And like, this book isn't really even a love story, but the ending of book 3 is like the best end of like a love story. It is so emotional, so tragic, but so beautiful. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually planning on rereading these books that I have them, and I will do full series. Like, I'll do a full review on every single one. I'll probably string it together in like a long video, so I can like get spoilery, I can talk in depth about everything, because this series was so good. And for the longest time, I had book 2 and 3 because I could never find a copy of this book. And for some reason, I had this weird thing where if I read something from the library and it's already read, no matter how much I love it, like, this book to me is like a perfect 10, like the whole series is like a perfect 10 out of 10. I will still not buy a brand new copy. I'll wait until I find like one out in the wild, one on Thrift Books, one on Book Outlet. And Book Outlet for the longest time only had the paperback, which is a completely different look. And I want to match the hardcovers that I have. So yeah, I finally have it, and I am so happy, because this series, like I said, if I could recommend one book or one series for you to read, it's this series. It's a slow-paced series, but it's so good, you know. It's just, yeah. If I could say one thing about it, just go read it. It's amazing. It's about witches, but it's not super about witches' powers. It's more like a political fantasy witch novel. It's really inclusive. It has 2 main characters that are bisexual. So it's kind of like a love triangle, like a male, female, male. So no, like male, female, and male. It's like a love triangle, but like Nathan has a romance with a woman or a girl, and he also has one then with like a boy. So it's like love triangle, which I usually hate love triangles, but this book did it good, and it evoked so much emotions with me that I'm going to be reading this, which means I have to power through some books, but I will be rereading this. I'll be doing videos on it. I'll be doing in-depth reviews on it, and you can believe me when I say I thought that series, I can go on probably talking about this book for like an hour, so I might have to do that like in 3 parts, because I can talk about this book forever. I love it that much. And the final 2 books are oldies but goodies, and they are books I've been wanting to start collecting for the longest time, and I figure I'll get one of each series, or maybe like 2 of each series. Whenever I have some extra money come in, where I get some YouTube money, some money from any other kinds of sources, I figure I'll pick up 1 or 2 of each of these books, because like I said, $10, you get free shipping. So 3 books, 4 books, you have free shipping. And the first one is the first book in the Nancy Drew mystery series, The Secret of the Old Clock. I made sure to get the 1930s edition on Goodreads. I made sure to get the hardcover, because one thing I will say, or 1959, I don't know why I said 1930s. I think it came out, but did it come out in the 1930s? I'm not sure, I just want the hardcover yellow. One thing I will say about the Thrift Books, which is kind of a negative, is sometimes you do not get the cover you wanted. So if you're specifically collecting something, it's not the best site to go off of. Like, say you want like an exclusive cover, like say Harry Potter books. You might order what you think is an exclusive cover and then get the original cover. If you contact Thrift Books, Their customer service is really good. If you contact them and say, I bought this edition, but this edition arrived, 9 times out of 10, they'll either refund you your money or they will actually send you the right edition of the book. And I did that one time with, I forget which one it was a classic novel I bought, and I ordered it and I got the wrong edition, and they sent me the right edition and let me keep the other one as well, because it was their mistake. So I forgot to get the right copy, I won it. And it's really funny because like I opened this up and it has that like the old book smell that like all the older books from like the 50s had. I think it's the blue in that binding of it. But I'm just so excited because here's a little story time here. When I was younger, I actually went to school from kindergarten on to 4th grade. My mom pulled me and my brother out when I was going into the 5th grade then. When I was in 3rd grade or 4th grade, one of those two, each week on Mondays we get to go to the library, and like we get the book on Monday and we have till Friday to read it. I wanted to read the Nancy Drew books, but the librarian, every time I take up a Nancy Drew book, they're like, oh no, you don't want to read that one, you want to read this, and took me over and helped me pick out a Hardy Boys novel. My mom found out about that, wasn't very happy, because why would you force, just because it's more towards boys, like boys can read Nancy Drew, you know? But she wasn't happy about that, so she ended up buying me a few Nancy Drew books. So I only read a few of these. I read more in Hardy Boys growing up, but I'm so happy to have these, and I'm going to pick some more up as I go through. I want to get them all in the hardcover yellow editions. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. It's not going to take very long, because I was really surprised at just like how big the printing was. Like I didn't remember how big it was. And there's images in here, and look at the old classic pages. Like I can go on and on for old books. And then just mention them, the Tower Treasure by Franklin W. Dixon, aka I believe book 1. This is supposed to be book 1 in the Hardy Boys series. Yes, the book 1 in the Hardy Boys mystery series. And speaking of the cover, I did not order. I wanted the blue cover because, you know, yellow, it would have been blue. I was not mad though, because this cover, I'm not sure if this had like a dust jacket over it once, but like it's like a cloth cover, so I don't know if it's like a special edition cover. I don't know. It still has like the pages. Still says 1959. So yeah. Still says it's like the original. So I don't know if maybe it was like a special edition. If you do know more about these, let me know. Like maybe it had a dust jacket one time. Maybe this is like a special edition. I don't know. I might try reordering this book and get the blue one, because I do want the blues, because I want all the yellows for Nancy Drew. I want all the blue ones for the Hardy Boys. So I'm not sure, but I am, because this one doesn't either have like the information in the back like this one does. So yeah, I don't know if it's like a special edition or what, but I'm excited because I did grow up more reading, like I said, Hardy Boys, because being forced to as well. I do enjoy them. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. This one doesn't have the same old book smell. It has like an older, it smells different. It smells old. I like old book smells. But anyways, I am excited to have this, and I'm excited to start my Nancy Drew and Hardy Boy collection very slowly. But yeah, they're really good novels. I think no matter how old or young you are, I think you can enjoy these. These would actually, I think, these are all like kind of friendly. They're not like nothing dangerous happens, you know. These would be like really good ones to have, you know, like to collect and have a nice shelf of like a full series of them. And then like one day when I have kids, like read like nighttime stories, you know, because like they're not like super scary. But yeah, I just want to collect them all. And then like my mom mentioned the something best something series that she thought was really good as well. So I'm gonna collect them as well. Like maybe get one Nancy Drew, one Hardy Boy, one best something. Kind of the same thing. And right there, $12. I have my free shipping and get books. But anyways, that's it for this reading update. It's late. So I probably will edit and upload this tomorrow because it's late and I need to go to bed. Kind of lost track of time and it's hard to film on the weekends. So anyways, that's it for today. I hope you all have an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I hope you are having some good coloring time, crafting time, or reading time. I'd love to hear what you're reading, if you are reading anything in the comments. If not, just let me know how your day is going. Until next time, I hope you have an amazing day, and I almost could say happy coloring, but I hope everyone's just having an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in my next video.